Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Thursday. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast, and I'll get into that July 4th forecast, all-important weekend coming up. I'll have that here very shortly. First off, taking a live look from our Arctic Air Skycam network, Lawrenceburg, Florence, Pulaski, and Cherokee. Checking in as we hit 12:01 on this Thursday. Just kind of a mix of sun and clouds around, and that will generally be the case as we take a look at live Viper radar across the area. Really nothing going on out there. Cannot completely rule out a spotty shower that tries to develop today. Rain chances are only around 10%. I did bump that up from 0 earlier on today, as it looks like there could be a few that try to develop. If they do, very short-lived. It might not even be enough to get your windshield wipers going, so we're not expecting anything overly heavy. Taking a look at what's going on across the southeastern region. There you go, the clicker will cooperate here. High pressure continues to be situated across our area. That's continuing to bring in that kind of drier air, so it's not going to be overly hot feeling over the next several days. That changes though once we get into parts of next week. Stalled frontal boundary is still draped across parts of the southern United States. This is actually going to be the possible focusing mechanism for the potential for some subtropical or tropical development off the East Coast. As you see here, a lot of shower activity going on across the East Coast right now. That the National Hurricane Center still has a chance at developing. Fred Gossage will have a look at that coming up at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Your getaway forecast for your 4th of July weekend looks like this. If you're happening to head down towards the beach or the mountains in Gatlinburg, or even just across the state line into northern Alabama or across Wheeler Lake, everybody's looking pretty good. Cannot completely rule out some spotty showers and storms on your Sunday across parts of the Gulf Coast, but pretty much looking at some quiet conditions across a good portion of the southeast. This afternoon across our area, looking at just kind of a mix of sun and clouds, and again, cannot completely rule out a spotty shower that tries to develop. Otherwise, temperatures just getting up into the upper 80s and lower 90s once again, with their Weather Ready to Live forecast showing that. Lawrenceburg at 89, Florence at 92, Red Bay coming in at 90 degrees with still a north wind out there around, I would say, 2 to 5 miles per hour, not overly breezy today. Hometown forecast across southern Tennessee, 89 in Lewisburg, 90 in Fayetteville, 89 in Chapel Hill, 89 in Pulaski, 90 over here in Waynesboro. Across northern Alabama, just a tick above that degree-wise, 91 in Huntsville, 89 in Hazel Green, 91 in Athens, Rogersville, and Cortland, 92 in the Shoals, 88 degrees over there in Waterloo. Evening forecast, if you have any of those evening plans, maybe trying to get some firework practice in later on tonight, you're going to be good to go. Temperatures dropping down into the 80-degree range by about 6 p.m. and down into the low to mid-70s by about 10 o'clock. Tonight, pretty much the same low temperatures like what we saw last night. Generally mid-60s across parts of southern Tennessee, a little bit warmer across northern Alabama, 69 in Huntsville, 70 in Athens, 71 in Rogersville. Your forecast for tomorrow is going to be hotter than today. Some places getting up into that middle 90 range, 94 in Huntsville, 94 over there in the Shoals, 92 in Lewisburg, 93 in Columbia, and 91 degrees here in Lawrenceburg. Pretty much looking at abundant sunshine tomorrow, but there will still be at least a few passing clouds. Futurecast over the next 24 hours showing you just a little few ticks here of some showers that are popping on up. That's pretty much it. Again, I'm not expecting anything overly widespread, overly heavy. And like I mentioned earlier, if there's anything that does happen, it might not even be enough for you to get your windshield wipers going. As we head into your evening hours, still looking at just kind of a mix of sun and clouds around. And then we're looking at mostly clear conditions once we get into your evening. And starting off for 4th of July morning, temperatures generally in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And then like we're having today, just kind of a mix of sun and clouds around. Mostly looking at, though, abundant sunshine for your 4th of July. Fireworks forecast about 9 p.m. on your Friday. Temperatures should generally be in the lower 80s with clear skies, so it's going to be a go for those fireworks across the area. Go ahead and check out Kelly's community calendar. I believe that's coming out later on today or tomorrow, and she'll have the latest breakdown on your firework festivities, what places are kind of shooting off the fireworks, getting your fireworks display. She'll have the latest information on that. Rain chances over the next 7 days. Again, I bumped up 10% for today. I still think we're dry for your Friday, and then once we get into the beginning of next week, we do see those rain chances start to move back up just a little bit. Nothing overly widespread. Everything still looks to be rather isolated to widely scattered. So the good news is you see your 7-day forecast here. Once we do get into next week, I don't think there's going to be a complete washout as it looks right now for any of those showers and storms. But again, going back, 4th of July forecast and the 4th of July weekend looking great. Temperatures getting up into the middle 90s. I do think there could be some spots in northern Alabama, specifically on Saturday and Sunday, that might get up into that 95, 96 degree range. So it's going to be a hot one, but the good thing is the humidity's not really going to be there. So heat index values are only going to generally be in the upper 90s to around 100 as opposed to that 105 to 110 degree range. So that's a little bit of some good news for your weekend. But of course, it's going to be hot, so take those heat precautions. Be sure to stay hydrated, and it is going to be a great weekend to get out and enjoy the outdoors. That's your latest 7-day forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another check on your forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday afternoon.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley